Hello.
Good evening and welcome to Voicetv Nigeria. My name is Grant Moke and I'm your host of this program, The Logic. Please subscribe, please click the subscribe and the bell button to notify you of our future episodes. The Logic is a program that brings to fore topical issues with balanced views as they affect government policies and national progress. I'm not alone on this journey. Together with me is my co-host, Mohammed Jinadu. You're welcome, Mohammed.
Good evening.
Now, we'll do our best to leave you with facts and also learn from your comments and from your views. Once again, don't forget to click on the subscribe and bell button to notify you of our future episodes. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
So, Mr. Mohammed, an unfortunate weekend for Nigerians. It was a bleak weekend where um, I've watched the video, so graphic, so where for three people were massacred in Borno State. When you saw the video, what came to your head as a Nigerian or as a patriotic Nigerian?
Well, I think on a sad note, I will first will say may the departed rest in peace. But how will they rest in peace when Nigeria has become one day one drama of death story? It's so sad that it just simply explains a lot of inefficiency as to community cooperation, institutions, and governance. Let's not make a mistake of pointing fingers. We all have to be blamed, and I think we have to share this because from some of the accounts we got, some stories, versions going on, we hear that the farmers actually have a kind of why we believe that the populace have been neglected security-wise by the way of protecting them. I think it seemed like a small rash become cancer, and that is what is eating us up. Imagine the account I got sometime from one of those survivors that for 6 days it's been there, that sometimes they assist them to move their produce, that's the Boko Harams, and they call them as labor to assist them move their produce to the trucks, which means we know these people.
Okay, so sorry, before you proceed,
Yes.
we'll get to that.
Yes.
The between the people and
Yes.
the militant. But let me backtrack a little.
All right.
Prior to this time, most times let me read out what the president said.
Yes.
Where this happened. So I condemn the killings of hardworking farmers by terrorists in Borno State. The entire country is hurt by these senseless killings. My thoughts are with families in these times of grief. He also said that the government has given the armed forces everything needed to take all necessary steps to protect the country's population and its territory. Now, it's the president begins to sound like a broken record. We condemn, we condemn, we condemn. For how long are we continuing to hear this rhetoric by the
Yeah, that you hear lines like the moment you hear I condemn is what all presidents use everywhere, globally. Because look, the thing is,
so now so we're used to hearing this kind of phrase.
He won't say it any other way. He won't come out and tell you, God, we killed 25. No, he won't say that. He's actually, if you ask him to write speech 20 times, it's going to be the same way. My point now is, it is one too many. I think, yes, there's a cry for service chiefs to be relieved of their jobs. Could it be just that? I think in-house, our institution should purge itself. Because to be honest, the little resource we think we have given should still be enough to have decimated or pushed these people back. But it seems they are always ahead of our security agencies. There have been moves. It's high time we stop having a divided country, because every strategy that anyone can muster that can help to defeat these people should be brought to the book, and should be made open to everybody, to security agencies, to the populace. Because right now, I'm asking a question. The day Nigeria becomes better and secure is the day a general son will offend, do a crime, and the father will say, look, my son, do the time. The day a judge's son will misbehave, and the father will reprimand publicly. The day a president's son will misbehave, and the president will call out his son and say, look, you have done this, go for the crime. Until we'll do that, we will keep having this. I think it's a sad one. 43 parents have gone, 43 sons have gone, 43, I don't know what to say. We keep counting, and it's unending. The governor over there can't see anything beyond the same line. He will say, I condemn, if you go through his speech. The House of Rep members that represent these people, it simply explains something that, look, we've had, our institutions have failed. It's not the honest truth. Institutions have failed because it's no longer people are demoralized. It's like we have sold our birthrights, and now we're crying. We're asking foreigners to come help us. Nobody will come here to assist you because the military are yours. Some of the Boko Haram members are former soldiers, former policemen, former public servants. So how did you not know that these people were bad eggs? So it's a whole lot of, it's a sad one. It's a sad one, my brother. It's a sad one.
It is. Now, but talking about the institution, let's look at our military architecture. There's this cry within the country for it to be rejigged. When you check different quota, you hear rejig the military architecture, change these persons. They've been there for a long time and everything. But my question now is, it's still the same system. It's still the same country. So do you think that's the solution to our insecurity problem, or do you think maybe same country, even if they do change, still the same approach to this?
It's the same playbook. I find it funny. I understandable that people are crying that they should rejig and they should change the people, but they are still going to play by the same playbook.
Okay,
it's the same playbook. Now, if you remove Buratai and you bring probably one Adebayo somewhere, it's still going back to the same military structure. So it simply explains that, look, until we determine individually to say, look, I want this place safe for my kids. I want this place safe for my grandchildren. And collectively, we agree. It's like, take for instance, the way NSAS protests began. All the people that protested didn't know each other from Adam. But because of one goal, one voice, they came out. Just as the people they call the hoodlums, they are still from the same Nigerian populace. They came together and disrupted the same answer. So I think if we want to end this, the space where these Boko Haram guys are, it's in Nigeria. It's not in Chad, not in Cameroon. Can't we chase a riffraff off our territory? We can. It's no longer when you kill one warlord, you complain that it's from my place. Why are they killing my own brother? No, it's no longer your brother. A criminal is a criminal. Is a criminal anytime, any day. Now, these people were part of the society in Borno. People pampered them. They knew who they were. They refused to remove this rash. It has become now a cancer that's eating up the whole populace until we stop and say, look, this is our country, become loyal to its constitution, and Nigeria, not one family name. Because without the country, you don't have a family. So it's not rejigging. It's actually agreeing to say, look, we want to stop this. If Buratai wants to end this, and he really wants to end this, he would. It's his place. Is he happy to, if his kids are being killed, do you think he will sit? He won't sit down. He won't wear the army uniform. He will go straight into the bush. So why would he be wearing the Nigerian uniform and he's having the Nigerian resources and he's holding back? What's holding him back? Is Buratai telling me Shekau is better, stronger than he is militarily? He controls the Nigerian armed forces.
But recently, our Minister for Information just said, during his visit to Benue State, said we are at the mercy of the terror group. So when people look around, with the feeler we get around, there's this subtle fear among Nigerians about our safety. And the minister coming out to make such kind of proclamation. So do you think there's light at the end of this tunnel?
He's one, first and foremost, with all due respect, and I can understand where he's coming from. He's a grandfather. His father, at the end of it all, is a civilian. He must have he must have all those kind of fears. Even the military people have fears, but that's their job. They are trained for this. I have faith in the Nigerian military. Look, I do have faith. This is it. They've done great jobs that nobody can actually wipe away from global reckoning. Now, the thing is this, the DSS, I am asking for God's sake, what is their use? If they cannot profile intelligence enough, because what is the use of the police in Borno? There are commissioners there. Are you telling me you don't have any intel to get? It simply explains that, look, as security agents see themselves as demigods before this populace. Because you can't tell me an average Nigerian will go to a police station, tell the policeman, look, I am suspecting so and so, go check it out. The same policeman will go back and tell this same warlord or criminal that look at the man that came to report you. What do you think is the fate of the man? So we have simple bail is free. Is bail really free? So you've actually created this gap, master slave kind of thing, and you expect the populace to assist you. Now the populace dying is actually the fault of the agencies, because look, the military have been overstretched 10 years. You think they won't get tired? Look, these are fathers, these are brothers, these are people who almost wanted to get married. Their wives are still waiting, and they've been fighting this war for God knows when it will end. And I still, like I said earlier, I said I still believe in them. They can win this war for us, but do we really want them to win this war? Because until war mongers say, look, these people are beginning to kill too much, let's stop this. This is a country we want it safe. This thing won't end.
But so, talking about intel, you just said, I remember when we started the whole narrative, right? You talked about some of these Boko Haram going to these communities. So from the story I haven't read, that they're cooking for one of the Boko Haram guys, and unfortunately for him, so he was arrested, he was arrested and tied, and later handed over to the operative. At some point, they had to come back for a reprisal attack, which brings me to the question when you said intel. I mean, for these persons to be coming to your communities, and these guys are not ghosts; these are human beings. So what's the relationship between the settlers in those communities and our law enforcement agencies, or those people who are saddled with responsibility to give information, basically?
Like I said, it's a failure of the society are the one, the institutions are built for the society, and the society, the people from society run these institutions. Now it explains one thing, that look, some of these postings, all these agencies postings, security agency postings, actually are ineffective, so to speak, because these people go to our markets. Like I said, we read that an account says we have been in the farm for 6 days, and they've been friends with us.
Yes.
They call us as laborers to come assist them with their farm produce. They buy things. They say, please, these people don't live outside the earth. They live on this earth, which simply explains that, look.
And they are human beings with flesh and blood.
Yes, and it's so funny that, look, that at this stage where we are right now, we must.
I will withdraw. My concern is, let my constituents know that we are not here bench warming. That's the most important thing. Let them understand that we are doing our own part, and we allow the executive to do their own part. And God is going to watch us, and He's going to ask us.
His leader to go out to do Wada federal constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from Kano State, and by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by the leave of the members of this house, I am the leader of the 9th House of Representatives. Mr. Speaker, I rise to add my voice, very strong voice, to the motion moved by Honorable Satomi, Engineer Satomi. And I want to believe no single member here will have his voice away or against what Satomi has moved this morning. Everybody as a human being and as a member representing constituents, and being a Nigerian, and for whatever is happening anywhere else, every part of this country is affected directly or indirectly. Honorable Satomi has spoken very well, and I believe those that are supposed to hear that have heard him very loud. Mr. Speaker, you have also exhibited openly your concern, your emotions for what is happening in the Northeast and some part of the country as well. Security is the business of government. There is no doubt about that, Mr. Speaker. The business of every government is to provide for security and welfare of the people. And wherever this security is being breached, Mr. Speaker, it causes a lot of cause for concern. I would like to, on this note, Mr. Speaker, say, while I have every support for his motion, but I would like to say that based on what you have said here, that on the basis of the nature of our security situation, Mr. Speaker, that I want to amplify on the appeal you made to Honorable Jaha, that some issues may not necessarily have to warrant inviting Mr. President to the floor of the House to come and explain. These are security issues. I also want to appeal to members of this great House that while I share the same emotion and concern for the matter raised, I want to appeal and still emphasize on the appeal by the Speaker that members do not have to go this far. I would like to appeal to you that we have so many ways to kill the rat. We have so many ways and options to reach out to executive. But we do not have to necessarily invite Mr. President to come to the floor here and explain, because certain explanations to do with the security nature of the country may be too sensitive to be expressed here in public. So
honorable colleagues, please.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, it is on this note and on the strength of the point you made that some security issues are not only sensitive, they are too confidential to come and be discussed on the floor and to the cameras. I would like to plead with members that we will reach out to Mr. President, maybe through the leadership, and we will talk to Mr. President and whoever is involved, that action has to be taken. Not just action, more action must be taken proactively to stop what is happening in the Northeast. But I plead with you to please allow the leadership of the House to manage this aspect of our concern. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, and that is my take.
I represent the people of Boko, Mr. Speaker, I will tell you. Sir, I'm strongly in support of the opinion of the leader of the House. And the opinion of the Speaker and majority of the members of this House. Now, Mr. President, because of the security nature, that we cannot invite Mr. President to the House to brief the House on the issue of security. Security should always be discussed in a closed door. Like I've said, Mr. Speaker, sir, I will agree that the leadership of the House should meet Mr. President in the villa. Mr. Speaker, sir, like I've said, security issues are very sensitive. Mr. President is trying his best. Mr. President is doing his best. Like all of us know, we are the people that are affected on this. So we cannot. It's my opinion. The leadership of the House should meet Mr. President to discuss this issue.
On the floor, we will move to. I'm a little disappointed where, and I'm bold to say, well, a lot of this noise and shouting down where it's coming from. We all know, and I'm very disappointed. But for now, so that we can resolve this matter amicably, because it's not the spirit with which we started this night assembly. It's not. And we will not start a division on any basis at this stage. So now I think I will just resolve to executive session and resolve this matter.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleague.
Right, so welcome back to that short footage you just watched, and which is in line with our earlier discussion. How the House of Rep members summoning the president to the House, and we watch a little squabble between the House of Rep members. So, Mr. Mohammed, looking at the video we just watched, do you think the House of Rep members are actually making a case or for the president to come to the House or not?
As much as I want to, on one hand, we say it's actually coming too late, but we commend them. But again, I said it's like I said, it's coming too late because it's a drama that actually will not bring the dead back. Because here it is, you've always been in this house and you go home. If actually you do go to that territory, what stops you? If because what that video, I've watched it. And it got to a point there was a suggestion of state of emergency. If that had been taken the first time, the same people will still cry foul. Now we did not do that. It has now, like I said, the cancer is now here. It's now killing all of us. You're now saying you want to summon the president to come to the House and discuss security. Man, nowhere in the world will any president come here, come to the House and discuss. It's logic. It's not that he's not sensitive to what's happening, but it is security. He hasn't even come to the House. We are having saboteurs and moles in our agency, amongst our agencies. So I think what we'll practically be asking for is, look, if you think we need to just change this commercialization of this insurgent task, we must stop making people, turning people's life to money. It's no longer business. People are dying. We want it to stop. It's no longer we don't want to know what tactic is used, but this thing must stop. Because one Nigerian life, even if you put 50 million on it, it doesn't really equate it. It's a Nigerian life. We want our people alive. Let death come at its own time. Not Boko Haram killing people, pegging us down for no reason. That's just what I say. I understand where these House of Rep members are coming from. If they don't do this, you think they are not concerned. They're actually doing this for their money. It's as simple as that.
Wow. So, so in conclusion, we just hope that the last of these killings is just an experience, hopefully. But in conclusion, what do you think we should do as a people? What do you think we should do? Even the security agencies, what do you think we should do moving forward to curb these killings? Because it's becoming one too many. In conclusion, Mr. Mohammed.
I think this is what I see. This is my opinion, and I think it will be the opinion of some other Nigerians. Please, it's high time we stop playing politics with lives. Be you an Igbo man, you have the right strategy or tactic, please bring it to the table, no matter who is not. Even if the president doesn't want to listen, shout it, he will listen. Just the same way, even if you're a Yoruba man, if you're a Nupe man, if from Ibibio, please, it must stop. Buratai is a man I believe can get this job done. If he knows he can't get the job done, honorably inside of him, he knows. If he feels he can't do this job, you can honorably say, please, Mr. President, I've done the best I can.
Do you think we don't resign this part of the world?
Look, the thing is this, do you want the killing to continue? Do you want them to leave this forest and come into your home and kill your children? Please, look, is it because you're in the barracks? No, it shouldn't be that. You're still living within that. Taxpayers pay for these barracks. If you're DSS personnel, taxpayer pay for your job. You're not, it's not free, it's not a charitable business. You're doing a service to us, we're paying you. If you feel you can't, as a police commissioner, you're tired, leave. Because at the end of it all, if you don't help us get this done, they will come into your homes. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. I think we must all come together and look, this is a war for everyone. If we don't stem this thing now, stop it, put a stop to it now, put a wall between us and terrorism, it will come to our home. Sometime last days, before now, it used to be in Abuja city center, bomb blast everywhere. We are grateful now it stopped. These people are gradually coming back. Dynamite in Wiki Father's church, it's coming back to town. So we must stop. It's no longer PDP, APC, ABGA, SDP. We're saying come together like people who want this nation to survive. Even if you want to go on your own way, first save the country before you have your people to take somewhere else. So let's come together as Nigerians. No longer I'm a civilian. No longer, look, shout loud to the DPO who refused to do his job. Shout loud to the major that is given an assignment. If you're a junior ranking officer and he's making you get killed, say it to the other super. He can't be the number one man in the whole of the barracks. Speak loudly so the other generals can hear and call him to order. People are dying. We're losing men. We're losing children. We should come together. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. We just must stop this.
All right. So on this engaging note, we say thank you very much for tuning in to the program. So please don't forget to click on the subscribe and like button for future episodes. So once again, thank you very much for joining us. See you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.